That's true. Somebody just can't wait. Hey, y'all. I'm just a few minutes early. Like 7 minutes. That's not bad. Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? I can't see that little teeny tiny. I'm on my phone. Of course, I have my security blanket in the bottom. And G Mama Grows Hard in the Garden is here as well. Even though my phone is vertical, I don't believe it's going in a vertical format online. I have no clue. Doing the best that I possibly can, right? Doing the best I possibly can. Show comments on stage. I don't think so. Well, you know what? I could do that, and then if anybody can see comments. Good morning, Ann Fran. Hey, being us. Y'all be patient with me today. Hey, crazy granny. And Auntie Jan. And Lori, you sweet thing. Alyssa, Rita. Goodness. We say can't, sir, because can't, sir, won't win. That's right. They say cancer, and we say Christ. Cancer, Christ, cancer, Christ. So, there's been a few changes. Not going to be on here. Well, I say that and then I stay on here forever. But I'm in a hospital room with all kinds of crazy things. And things change so suddenly. Uh, I spoke with y'all last Tuesday, and by Tuesday night, early Wednesday, Worth was in the emergency room in Edenton, and they felt like he was bad enough to send him by ambulance to another major hospital. Um, Jan, my husband Worth, has cancer, honey. He has metastatic prostate cancer, and that little stinker pot has taken a trip around the world as far as the areas that it's affecting. Quite a bit, quite a bit of areas. So it's not just one spot. Hey Nanny Tam, how you doing? But I tell you what. So we had a church service. Thank you, Jan. We had a church service. Yet Sunday. Today is Tuesday, so it was Sunday that we had a church service with Creekside Chronicles. That was a healing, go to war, prayer warriors type of time. So I got some good news to say that. As far as a type of time, thank you, Donna and G Mama. It was a time where it's nothing but God, right? Nothing but our Lord. Yeah, it was great, Glenda. It was fabulous. And I keep running those words through that Tony said on Sunday. It is done. Stop worrying. It is done. Now, that, of course, is much easier to say than to do. No, we're not home, Jan. We're in a hospital. We found out, we went to the doctor like June 12th ish, just for a regular physical, because the man's back hurt and he was losing weight. And his back wouldn't heal, and it normally does. And so, didn't think a thing in the world about it. And when the doctor was talking to him, thank you, Ms. Dallas. When the doctor was talking to him, she said, I think you probably have prostate cancer, maybe, teeny tiny bit. My eyes got big, and I'm like, what are you talking about, Willis? And so she sent us for CAT scan the very next day. It was an emergency CAT scan, which is really kind of scary too, that somebody sends you someplace like immediately, and gave us her cell phone number, the doctor did, because it was on a Thursday that we met her. Friday was the CT scans, and we got the results back Monday night, late. No, Jan, I didn't know that. That's sweet. My daughter is too, and there's a number of other nurses in here that have been very, very helpful. Um, so The CT scan did not look great. Um, it were, this is, guys, and I'll say this probably every time that I come on live. I want you all to get your PSA blood levels checked. It is nothing, it's nothing, it's a prick. I mean, you get your blood drawn at the doctor anyway. Ask them specifically if you are man to have your PSA levels checked. Had we had this done a while ago, I don't know how long, because they say prostate cancer is a slow growing cancer and very, very receptive to treatment. But we're in a fix. Um, we're in a fix. It is done. God is healing. I do have, like I said, I got a story. Jesse, don't let me forget that story. Although I can't see the basement on here. I can't see. Oh, one guest. Let me see that. Oh, yeah, okay. He's down in the basement. That's good. Yeah, and follow ups. There's somebody that said something about follow ups and follow up on the results to see if you need to follow up on the PSA within a few months of the first one. Yes, and people that are watching an enlarged prostate, make sure you're watching it and staying in touch, because this is a cancer that is incredibly curable unless and also in it metastasizes like everywhere, which is unfortunately what has happened to us. So Worth goes in Wednesday morning after we had a wonderful discussion on Tuesday, here on Tuesday, and he cannot, the water hose is stopped up again, and it's very uncomfortable when your bladder is full and you can't go. Women know that. That's good, Pat. I'm glad. Um, Thank you, Cindy. So he went in, and the water hose was stopped. And so they did another catheter and checked it. And yes, there was a lot of bleeding, a lot of blood that was coming out. And so the urologist that was in Edenton, which claims to be an old school doctor, he says, I'm old school. I don't even know how to work my chart. I mean, I don't know anything on these things. And I got some things that are coming up the end of this week, and I'm not going to be around. And I'm really the only urologist that would be able to help treat you and to see what to look for. So I'm sending you out. So they sent him by ambulance to another much larger hospital, ECU Cancer Center. Now, I that part was scary. Okay, so I got to tell you a God story real quick before I fall completely apart, because it's been kind of a scary day. Um, and I can't see the chat hardly at all. So if y'all would just hang in there with me and talk to each other. All right, so he came in. They discovered that his bladder was the one that's bleeding. The bladder is bleeding because the prostate tumor had grown up into his bladder. And so that was causing problems and stopping the tank, right? Stopping the hose. And they went in. They're supposed to go in Wednesday night. That didn't happen. Poor guy didn't have anything to eat all day long Wednesday because they never knew what he was going to. Not even water or ice chips on Wednesday until probably 9, 10 o'clock at night. And then um, they said, okay, we're not doing it Wednesday night. We'll do it Thursday. They wheeled him down. On what they were going to do was go in and go up into the kidney and try to clear out some of that clogging tumor stuff, right? And do a biopsy at the same time, which is a good thing because he was going to be asleep, right? Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. I'm seeing these and I will see these later. All of these numbers here. Thank you, Cindy. All of the comments and things like that. I can't read your sweetness right now because I won't be able to tell. My eyes have been leaking a lot today. Not for any reason except for the fact that I'm really tired because we've been here since last Wednesday and you don't get sleep in a hospital. You get naps. You get little naps, but you don't get really any unbroken sleep. And I'm old and I'm not used to getting up at 4:30 in the morning. So, um, all day long Thursday, they wheeled him down at 12:30 on Thursday and brought him back. And about an hour later and said, we goofed up. The doctor's not even in the building. She still has appointments. She won't be here until around 3 or 3:30. We'll come get you then. But don't eat anything. Just maybe a few ice chips. Yeah, D. So 3:30 comes and goes. And they go, I'm probably going to be like 8 o'clock. I'm thinking that, but don't eat anything. Now the man is losing weight hand over fist, and he can only have ice chips for Wednesday and Thursday. Then about 8:30, quarter to 9, they went, it ain't happening today. We're going to try to do it tomorrow. So quickly eat something. This is like 9:30 at night. You got till midnight. Eat all you want. Oh yeah, it is. It is, Christy. Being in the hospital it really is. It's exhausting. Um, I mean, like more tired than I could have imagined. So he went in Friday. They did see, unfortunately, they showed me the scans of his bladder on Wednesday before he left Edenton, and his bladder at the time was very full of tumors. And that was what was clogging the pipe, right? All this mass that was in there. So the surgeon went in, took as much as he could out, and um, also did the biopsy while he was asleep, which is great. Thank you, Terry. And so we're waiting for pathology. It's always hurry up and wait kind of thing, right? He's not in the room right now because he's down at radiology, and I'll explain that in just a second. So, um, his bladder has continued to bleed, and they've been really worried about it, and continued to do a big giant bags of flushing out. They're flushing the bladder and through a catheter, and it comes out, and you get to see what kind of fluid comes out. And if it's not clots, great. Then a little bit of blood ain't gonna hurt anybody. But if it is, then that potentially, when he gets home, could cause a problem as well. So they don't want to lay him out too soon. It's looking like maybe Sunday morning we're going to do that. So, God. All right. So, finally, I got to meet the surgeon yesterday afternoon. And while the surgeon, he's a advanced prostate cancer oncology specialist. While the surgeon was here, which he was the mystery man for a long time, I didn't get to see him before he operated on my husband. But we did get to see him afterwards, and he did give me a call. Oh, I talked to him for like 3 minutes on the telephone because you don't see the same people hardly ever. There's not a rapport. But we've been so blessed because we had the same nurses almost all week this past week and all weekend. I mean, it was really awesome to have. It was two guys. One was named Ben and one was named Josh. And I wanted to adopt both of them and bring them home with me because they're so good. And they were able to talk fishing and all that kind of stuff. So back to the God thing and the prayer meeting that we had at Creekside Chronicle. We specifically prayed for Worth's bladder and for the bleeding to stop. Now, I think somebody was knocking on the door. We may have some people coming in and out, and that's okay. You're just going to have to deal with me doing that when they're coming in. I want them to change his sheets. I want him to have a clean room when he comes back. So, it was a shock when the radiation team came up, because nobody warned us that they were coming, but the surgeon had ordered radiation treatments for his bladder just to stop the bleeding, short term, not a big deal, no burns, no pain, might be fatigued, might have some diarrhea, those kind of side effects, nothing bad. But when the doctor came up here to make that choice, and believe it or not, the radiology department for radiation was in the same room at the same time, happened to pop in, which is a miracle in itself, right? Right before they came in the room, what was coming through the tube and going out still was kind of pinky, looked like watermelon or something. It was kind of pinky. His bladder was still bleeding when they looked at it, because we really don't want radiation if we can avoid it. It went just as clear as it could be. Just clear. Right that minute. And when the doctor came in, the surgeon, the oncologist, urologist specialist that had ordered this radiation said, "Man, you don't need that. You don't need it. It is done." Which, I mean, I'm holding on to that. I'm walking around saying to myself in the hall when my eyeballs leak a little bit, because they have a little bit today. Ain't God good? Happened all at the same time. And even the radiologist got to see, we're like, wow, okay, that'll be looking pretty good. So what they're doing is they have taken him down to the radiology department, because for radiation, you have to have a CT scan. Then they draw little dots all on you of where they want the beams to be. Absolute. Now they can pinpoint the beams so that you don't just get your whole body radiated, so that you don't like glow in the dark and it messes up other organs and things like that. So, yes. Okay, good, good. Somebody's asking for a PSA testing. Please do. Please, please do. It's such a process to get radiation that even though he doesn't need it, it is done. We don't want it for his bladder. Then he's going down there just for protocol. No radiation today. Just because it's a process, this committee has to see it, and that committee has to see it, and this doctor has to see it, and that doctor has to see it before they actually do radiation. So they're going to go ahead and get they call it a scan plan, getting a scan plan done, just in case. But it is done. It's already been prayed for. All you prayer warriors that have prayed specifically for his bladder to stop bleeding, it's done. Now, he still has some little pink things. What they're worried about is clots. They're not worried about the fluid being pink. They're worried about clots, because the clots will stop up the water hose, right? And you stop up the water hose, then your bladder gets backed up. And your bladder gets backed up, it can explode and or paralyze it so it'll never work again, and or go up into your kidneys, which makes them mess up. But we don't have to deal with that. Yes, his bladder still has a number of spots on it, a number of tumors in it, but we can at least begin treatment. Um, and so far, what they've decided was it mostly will be hormone blocker treatment. And there may be some other things. I don't know. We got a PET scan that is scheduled for Sunday about 10:30, and they're talking about keeping him. You're going to make your brother's appointment tomorrow to make sure he gets his PSA test. Yes, Rebecca, thank you. Thank you. If there is a purpose for all of this, it is to encourage all of you to have the men in your lives, and you men as well, It's a simple blood test that can save your life. You catch it, the regular numbers are 0 to 4, and you catch it, and it's great. But I see everybody here, and I just love you so much for praying for us and keeping us. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to be on social media. Yeah, I do have a nurse in the family, Jan. My daughter is an RN, and man, he is saying, I want him to have this and this and this and this, and I want it now because his numbers are this and this and this and this. And the staff is going, we don't do that here. That is overboard. That would be miserable for him, and we're not going to do that. Well, then I got my daughter saying, you tell them you want it. I can't, I've done that for a week, and I can't today. I cannot. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe this afternoon. I'll be stronger to be able to demand more things. But I don't want to be demanding on any. I don't want to be. I don't want to. You don't want to burn those bridges because these are people looking after one of the people that means the whole world. That fella, he has spoiled me so badly, y'all. He does all the grocery shopping. He drives me everywhere that I go. Does all the yard maintenance. Has done most of the garden this year. He has, he checks the mail every day. He opens my packages. He sets out a um, coffee cup for me every single morning so that when I get up and I'm not sane before my coffee, then he has a cup of coffee so I'm armed and ready. Yes. Yeah. 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 You do spoil me too, Jesse. You do. I have a couple of wonderful men in my life, and my son is stepping up as well as Sarah. My daughter is going to battle with her medical knowledge because that's empowering to her. It makes her feel better, and she's stronger, and she has a very strong will. Don't know where she got that from, but anyway, she's a little bossy. But yeah, I can't really worry. Thank you, Jan. I can't really worry about anything. We're circling the wagons, right? We're circling the wagons, and worth is the number one priority right now. And so, okay, he had cancer and he had surgery, and he goes every 3 months for scans. God is good, Terry. God is good. But just learn from us. I'm going to try to. Um, I want to share the experience of being on the other side, being a caregiver. And I'm the one I'm taking notes. I'm writing everybody's name down. I'm writing all the medication and what they're doing for it and what the plan is and how we're doing this and how we're doing that and all the questions that we have, a possibility of going home before Sunday, even though we'll have to be back here, which is an hour and a half away from our home. We'll have to be back here by Sunday morning early to be able to get that PET scan, which is also important, apparently. And it's so strange because, like, radiology goes, yeah, well, you want the PET scan, but you can't have a PET scan if you're in the hospital, and because you cannot have a PET scan if you're inpatient. Something about, thank you, Hallie. I love you too, baby. Something about being inpatient, you can't, the insurance won't pay for a PET scan. So what they'll say is, if you got an extra $12,000 hanging around, we'll be glad to do it while you're inpatient, but otherwise, you need to be on an outpatient basis for the insurance to cover it. Well, I might have extra $12, but not $12,000 that's around. It's nuts. So I have been able to shower while I was here. I do have the garden hair thing going on. Worth has not been able to have a shower yet, but he's had a lot of baths, washcloth baths. He is getting up since today. Thank you, Lori. Since today, let's see, Heather says, it does. It flips your world upside down. Oh, me, Worth, and God. Heather, we love you, honey. You and me and Worth, we're going to beat this together. We are. We're going to beat this together. Insurance is pure insanity. It's about this kind of thing, and it's all crazy town. Doesn't make any sense to me, but um, there's some things that you just can't make sense to you. So what I was trying to do was bring around, when I get teary is when people are really sweet. And a lot of people understand, um, they'll say, anything, Miss Ann, anything I can do for you. I'll do this, I can do that. And until they call up and say, look, I know that you're out of town. I'm going to the house today and I'm going to mow your grass. Or I'm going to your house today and I'm going to look after the chickens. Or I'm bringing you, we have a refrigerator in the room. I'm bringing you some food. I'm bringing you some snack food. West and Caitlin brought me a coffee pot so that I wouldn't be so terribly insane. Yeah, Deb, they are. The PET scans are. That's what they keep saying. And you can't have medication, um, the type of medication that they need to treat Worth until he has the PET scan, because that particular type of medication can give a false positive. So, yeah, yay, a coffee pot. That's right. Thank you, G Mama. It's so important. Please get your PSA checked. Please get your blood levels checked. So, we're just really starting this thing. We didn't find out. Like I said, it was like June 13th, Friday the 13th, when he had his CT scans. Now, my mama's always told me Friday the 13th was a lucky day. And I'm thinking, Mom, you got to be talking to the Lord up there for me while you're in heaven to be able to get this thing right, right? Um, So, what videos I may be able to do might be from a caregiver's perspective of not being able to. We're at a new hospital in a new area, an hour and a half away from home, which is not a horrible thing. A lot of other hospitals are like 5, 6 hours away. So, we're really blessed, very blessed, excuse me, that we're that close. Um, but to not have a relationship with anybody and people just pop in from other departments out of the blue, you are a caregiver, honey. And Glenda, you are a go getter and you don't accept no for an answer. And Jesse and I talked and said, I need to channel my Glenda in here to demand some things to get him treated. So, you know, we didn't find out 14th, 15th till June 16th, night of June 16th, that Monday night. And I didn't do a Tuesday the next day because it was too new. It was too new information. And God sent people all along the way, and He is. There's so many things of that are definitely from the Lord. And so far, even our sweet little male nurses have been believers. We've got a lot of believers here, a lot of people that are really, really good. And pray if you want to do that. Pray for the bladder. If you have a specific prayer, pray for Worth's bladder to stop bleeding. Pray for his hemoglobin to straighten out. It's a little bit low, a lot low to us, but nobody on the staff seems panicked. We're a little panicked, but nobody else is. Yeah, they changed so much for the hospital food. And I have a refrigerator that has lots of food in it, a drawer that has lots of snack food in it. I haven't had to go out and buy a cheeseburger, although I've been fiending for a double cheeseburger lately. But if we can pray for those things, once the bladder stops bleeding, not bleeding so much because that's going to continue, but clotting, throwing clots out of the bladder, then he can pretty much function normally and we can get treatment started. And they keep telling me that this is a 2 or 3 year good life kind of thing, that we're not close to calling in like a hospice team or anything like that. Um, Although they're not addressing any of the other areas, his lungs or his esophagus or his lumbar or pelvic bone, um, lots of lymph nodes in his abdominal cavity. So we're just going to pray for the whole body, the whole thing. We're just going to pray for all healing. And as Tony and Joni said, it is done. It is done, and it is coming. And it was funny because it did take a day. Okay, it took a day. God's got a sense of humor, and he waited till the very last second to make that bleeding stop for the surgeon. He has been on blood thinners, yep, and no bladder cancer. It's, yeah, bladder cancer is livable. Absolutely, it certainly is. Um, and what they said was, especially if it is prostate cancer that has expanded into the bladder. So much to say, to try to get rest and to have beeps going, and you're on alert every second. If he moves his little toe, I want to make sure that he's okay. The main thing to be thankful for right now, besides the Lord guiding us and being with us every second, is one, his bladder is healing. It is. The fluid coming out is clearing, which is great. Two, he has no pain. No pain right now. And since the tumor that the surgeon went in to help clear the bladder, the portion of that tumor he was able to take out, he doesn't even have back pain right now, except for this bed. That bed is not his bed. And so, yeah, there we go. You got to have another 17 years with your sister. So the pain deal is huge. There's so many people that come in and go, that's not freaking you out. You don't have trouble with the pain. I mean, that's highly unusual. You are one completely blessed man. Most people are writhing in pain during that procedure, and he is not. And are they saying how long you'll be in the hospital? They said now they're saying until Sunday morning. We'll check out, get in the car, drive to the PET scan here at this hospital, get that done, and then go home. You're, okay. Yeah, Cindy, just need to catch up, my darling. Hey, Cook at a Pam's Place. Hey, my friend Pam. So for specific prayers, pray that the bladder stops bleeding, and even if it is bleeding, to not be clotting, because it's the clots that they're concerned with. And I don't know, we might be out of here even sooner than that. But right now, it looks like Sunday. So, y'all, I've been on here for 34 minutes. Oh, my goodness. For a double cheeseburger. Thank you. Oh, Jersey. Jersey Dolphins. That's so sweet. I appreciate that. You're precious. Thank you. Thank you. That's so sweet. So, Jesus, take the wheel. We're going to be singing even louder in the storm. Singing hallelujah in the storm. Not saying I won't be crying at the same time. Be singing and crying, raising my hands, and just tearing up like crazy. So if somebody that you know is sick and you say, anything, anything. I mean, I've had people say, do you need me to pay some bills? Do you need me to do this? Do you need me to do that?
Miss Ann, we've lost your sound. We can't hear your sound. I hope you guys can hear me.
Is that better?
There, there you go. There you go. You're back.
Thank you. These doggone earbuds, they're a mess. One starred comment. Wonder what that one is. Okay, yeah, we could hear you, Santa. That's good. So I don't know how to get back the comments. Anyway, I'm just about done. If you know somebody that's sick, call up and say, look, I got an extra can of coffee. I'm going to drop it off on your doorstep. Or um, I'm running to the store. I'm going to get you some paper products and I'm going to bring them to your house and drop them off. Specific things. That helps a lot. Love you all very much. Know that it is done. And that's what I'm holding on to. But the Lord knows the plans I have for you, says the Lord. They're plans for good and not to harm you. Here he comes. They're plans for hope and a future. I love you all. We'll talk to you soon. Y'all take care. And I love you. I can't think of anything else. I got to go. My man's back. Love you. Bye.